Hello world, it's Curtis Potter with Boundless Inspiration. You already know this is one of my spots. And I wanted to talk to y'all today because I've spoke with a lot of people about this topic. And it was one that I am able to speak with people about because it's something that I struggled with for a long time. And don't get me wrong, I haven't mastered it because we all have this happen, but I'm doing a lot better. And that's mastering your mind, right? Because I've had people say, well, I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about this. And as a person that has tons of stuff going on at all times, multiple businesses, non-for-profit, just building a clothing line, writing a book, spending time with my kiddos, and just a lot of moving parts, right? So I'm always busy, and it's easy to get overwhelmed. Like, you have so much coming in, so many distractions in the world, so many things going on, so many curveballs that it can be challenging at times, right? One, forgive yourself. We're all human. We're not robots. We're not computers. And that's why we don't work as fast as computers like that. And just, that's why computers are taking over a lot of jobs. So give yourself forgiveness and grace and realization you're not God, you're not a computer, you're not a robot. Second, one thing that I had learned a while back that helped me in this journey was if you are in somebody else's head, like you're trying to think of what are they thinking? I wonder what they're thinking in this situation, like those times where you send a text and it shows that little bubbles, those little dots. So the people you're like, ooh, they're texting me back. And then it disappears, right? And then the bubbles start popping up again. I know, at least for me, I have an Apple phone, so that's what it does. I don't know what the Android peoples do, but for Apples, it just pops up and you're like, all right, now they're about to respond. Nope, they're not about to respond. They don't send anything. And then they never respond, right? So then you're like, man, are they mad? Did I offend them? You're like, oh, even if it was something simple text, like, did I word that wrongly? So then you might put in like LOL and send that, or haha, or send a meme or something, and you're waiting for their response, and then they never respond. And you're like, what are they thinking? Did I say something wrong? All this stuff is going on in your head, right? And it could be so many different situations where you're worried about what someone else is thinking. And then the next day they send you a text and they say, hey, sorry, I got busy. I was texting out a response. And then for some reason I didn't hit send, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, man, cool. Let's hang out. It's great, blah, 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 and it was like, for what? So I heard this a long time ago. If you're in somebody else's head, you're not in your own, right? So I've told a lot of people that, and they're like, well, that's not my big problem, right? It's all the things in my head that I'm dealing with that has more to do with me, my mistakes, my failures, my past, my present, my future, like just all the things, right? So in the prison speech I told the other day, I said this: so if you've got one foot in the past, one foot in the present, you're in a perfect position to shit on your present. One foot in the past, one in the future, you're shitting on your present, right? So that's one thing. If you're worrying about anything else other than just living in the moment, then you're shitting on the moment. Enjoy the moment. And they're like, all right, well, cool. So I'll enjoy the moment, but how do I get out of my head? And I watch ridiculousness. So, because my mind is always going, I have to intentionally give myself time where I'm doing like events that don't take up any mental space. So for me, I watch funny videos on TikTok or so forth. A lot of us do that. Watch out, because you can get caught just scrolling for long time periods. You can get trapped into it. So everything is good in moderation. So that's what I do. And the other thing that I do, I don't even have cable. But I was over at a friend's house, and one of the shows that I watch that I like to watch is Ridiculousness with Rob Dyrdek. Not only because he's hilarious, but two, he's such an entrepreneur. I just love what he does on becoming his best self, and then also he gives back a lot. So I really just support him and his brand and what he does. But those videos, they're just hilarious, right? And I don't have to think about work or where I got to be or what I got to do or what I got to complete or what I did right or what I did wrong, you know. So I'm on that show I was watching the other day, and he had Jaleel, I don't know if I'm butchering his name, White. He was on his show, and they were talking about some things, and he said, man, to get out of your, because it was talking about somebody's doing something stupid. He's like, to get out of your brain, you got to get out in the world, right? And he's like, just go out and enjoy the world. So that's what I do. I come here a lot. And it's times where, like, I'll come here on mornings, especially if I'm close. If I'm close to this is Eagle Creek Reservoir in Indianapolis, Indiana. If I'm even close, I'm going to stop here and just enjoy. I'm just looking at the beauty. Even sometimes the birds will be right here going crazy because I'm right next to their nest or something, and I'll start whistling at them, and they're just looking at me, and I'm just enjoying turtles and birds and the water and the smell and the air and just the beautifulness of it. So today, I just invite you to do things that fill your cup and go around the places that bring you peace. Like this. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And if you're in a place in your life where you're mentally struggling for any reason, whatever you're not doing is not working for you, you got to do something different. So I invite you, surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with positive things, reading books, seminars, workshops, stuff like that. Read those books at night instead of right before you go to bed. You're taking in all that news and social media and everything that's on the TV that is obviously not brainwashing us to all be the best versions of ourselves. And instead, place yourself in those situations. If you read when you first wake up and read before bed, you're gonna be programming your mind for your day to be great because you read in the morning. And then before you go to sleep, you're programming your mind, like literally programming your dreams in your subconscious so that your mind, that's what's going on. Like if you've ever watched a movie and then you had a nightmare about it, like you watched it before bed, you had a nightmare about that topic of the movie, that tells you right there what you're putting into your brain right before bed is what your mind is going to be playing on repeat while you sleep. So if you're trying to learn about finances, read a finance book so that way your subconscious is programming that. So if you want to get out of your mind, there's a couple quick tips and tricks. Let me know if they helped. If you have any other ones, put them in the comment section. And just so all of our people, including the people you know that I don't know, please like, share, comment, tag, follow, share, send in somebody's DM. You know the drill, because every single day, this community, this family, this boundless family, we're all working together just a step closer to becoming boundless. I love you all. Have a great day and have a great weekend.